Okay, guys, I am mad with the UN and the EU and mainstream media and our government and all the TDs and councillors, but most of all, I am mad with you. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, guys, I am not mad with you, my viewers, because we are on the right track. I am mad, though, if you are watching this video and you voted for any of the far-left socialist, Marxist politicians that we have running this country right now. And by that, I do include Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, because they tricked you, if you voted for them, they tricked you into voting for a fair but firm immigration system. They said they had chartered flights revved up on the runway, ready to go. None of that happened. None of that happened. And now where are we, guys? You haven't missed the news over the past couple of days. Ceuta in Morocco, the top of Morocco, is a Spanish enclave, and the people there are shocked, stunned. They are in trauma. Thousands of men, mainly men, young men, came through into the border the other day, 2 days ago, and there has been mayhem since, despite what you will hear on RTE. RTE, by the way, reported that hundreds of men, and then even BBC, as bad as BBC are, they reported up to 40,000. We think it's 60,000 men. Majority men. But RTE said hundreds. Absolutely outrageous. Talk about malinformation, their favourite word, and disinformation. Hundreds. We all have eyes. We can see what's happening. And despite what you will read, that they put them all back again, they didn't. Because we have X. And thank God we have X, because on X you will see many, many videos of these mainly men, young men, causing destruction, wrecking grocery stores, robbing, fighting with the locals. God help the young women of Ceuta. And out of the traps comes immediately Ursula von der Leyen, our Minister for Justice, Jim O'Callaghan, Regina Doherty, MEP, all with statements on X how shocked they are. Shocked. We offer our support to the Spanish authorities with Ceuta being overrun. This is absolute outrageous mind games, guys. Don't fall for these statements from these people, because they're saying this in one hand, acting shocked at the situation in Ceuta, while our own borders, as you know, as I never stop talking about, are open wide. And the scenes in Ceuta over the last 48 hours are just the scenes that are happening, but it's on speed. It's sped up there in Ceuta, and we just see it on speed. But it's happening every day at Dublin Airport, at all our ports, down through the north. Thousands and thousands of people have accumulated over the last couple of years, since 2022 especially. And it's slowly. It's not like the Ceuta. It's just happening on a slower. And these people, Jim O'Callaghan, Ursula von der Leyen, Regina Doherty, didn't say a word about it. Didn't say a word about it. They haven't condemned Roderick O'Gorman for the tweet in 8 languages, inviting the entire globe over. Why wouldn't these men come? Of course they'll come. Pedro Sanchez, the leader of Spain, a far-left, absolute lunatic, invited them, offered them an amnesty, told them hundreds of thousands can get Spanish citizenship. Just come. Of course they're going to come. And here in Ireland, we have built giant luxury super centres for them. They are going to come. I will play you a little clip now of a poor girl in Ceuta. And this, we will not escape these scenes. We will not escape. I know it. Let's just play this poor girl. Guys, if you don't think this can happen in Ireland, you really need to give your brain a shake. That girl crying there and her family, and I've seen many more videos of the meltdown. That girl, 48 hours ago, everything was fine. She was going about her daily business. Everything was fine and rosy in Ceuta. And like I said, now the EU are coming out. Now Ursula von der Leyen is condemning this illegal outpouring, an illegal invasion, Ursula von der Leyen is saying. And the cheek of all these officials, because they're saying it, but behind the scenes, they're allowing it and doing it, facilitating it. It's absolutely outrageous. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Look at the trouble and the chaos this country is in. There's no houses. That's number one. We have a Help to Buy scheme, paid for by the Irish taxpayer. Our blood, sweat and tears, paying big bills to revenue. And they do the Help to Buy scheme, supposedly, we think, for the young Irish couples and people to get on their feet. And what's happened now? Thousands of people, foreigners, have availed of the Irish taxpayer Help to Buy scheme and bought houses in Ireland, didn't declare that they had houses back home, as I've always said, because I know some. They have had houses back home. They have built houses back home. And these foreigners availed of this scheme and never declared that they had houses back home, and now revenue have to chase them. It's absolutely scandalous, and nearly 40%, I think it's 35%, of those who have availed of the Help to Buy scheme are foreigners. So how many houses is that? How much taxpayer help did they get? Which the regular person on the street who's not clued in, would they think, oh, the young people will get help because there's a Help to Buy scheme. They're building houses. The young Irish people who are stuck in their childhood bedrooms, they will get help, I know it. Meanwhile, look what's happening behind our backs. Absolute scandalous, absolute mayhem. This is where mass immigration has got us. And it's not going to end, guys, and it's going to get worse. And I knew it. And those scenes in Ceuta have just jolted everybody and woken people up. But, you know, it's been happening. On a continuous basis, it's been happening. And it's absolutely scandalous because all you get is nonsense from RTE. Should there was a clear example, hundreds. All you have to do is look at the footage yourself to see it was thousands. How that newscaster could sit there and say hundreds, it's absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. And you can tell they get 750 million handout. Well, they're going to say hundreds instead of thousands. So this is not going away, guys. The people of Ceuta are in meltdown. Our so-called leaders are now acting shocked. If it wasn't so serious, I tell you, it would be hilarious. But it is serious because it affects us all. What's going to happen to the children of the future? What will our country look like? I know the EU will be long gone. But what will the nations look like? What will the countries look like? You know well. It's all changed. It's all changed. And for our Minister for Justice to come out and say he's standing in solidarity with the Spanish government and shocking scenes, while every town and village in Ireland is continuously having more influx of immigrants on a daily basis. And the state-of-the-art buildings they have built for them and apartments, all free, all inclusive. They are going to come and nothing will stop them. And if you think it doesn't affect you, if you are well off, have a cozy life, and you have your Range Rover outside the door, and everything's fine, Look at what these people are doing. If they break across borders, they will have no problem causing trouble. It's absolutely outrageous. So, like I said, it has woken normal people up. People who may not have thought about it before see those scenes. The EU is crumbling. Meloni has, Giorgia Meloni, the Italian Prime Minister, has ordered the borders to shut between Spain and themselves. The EU is going to crumble over immigration. But those of us who have been talking about it know that that was always the plan. As outrageous and that if you don't know what's going on, as outrageous as that sounds, that is the truth. Good luck to the farmers who would depend on their cap payments. The fishermen know what I'm talking about. The fishermen have no fish left. The EU project is a disaster, and it's coming to an end, and immigration is what's going to make it crumble. And many people don't have a clue. And that's the shocking part. It's only from sheer research and having an interest that I have a clue about it. But it's absolutely shocking. And I feel for the people of Ceuta, but it's all of us. The people of Ceuta are us. So if you think it doesn't affect you, it will. And it's very, very, very sad to say that. And I actually do not know what the answer is. All I know is I can see it all happening. But what's shocking is the cheek of the EU Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and the cheek of our own politicians here and our MEPs, who are 100% open border fanatics. They cannot deny it. Starting with Roderick O'Gorman sending out that tweet, inviting the world. He says he didn't send it then. It's absolutely shocking what's going on. But the main evidence for what I'm saying, the main evidence, all you ever need to know is to look at the IPAS centres. Look at what they've done. Look at what they've built. Look at the no deportations. In 2023 alone, there were 7,300 deportation orders issued in this country and only 89 people left. And that's from the mouth of Minister Helen McEntee, the Minister of Justice of the day. And that was on RTE. Where are those people gone? That's where we are, guys. And you know it, and I know it, but many people do not know it. So share the info in this video. And as I said, I am most of all mad with the voters. Not you guys, but the voters who voted these people, believing them. How could you believe them? And I'm mad with the people that say, sure, it's all right. Sure, we'd be lost without the immigrants. And should the Irish win everywhere? Yes, the Irish went everywhere. And you know what? It looks like they're gonna have to go everywhere again. And 100 times worse than before. Because the people in Ceuta, sorry, I'm not Spanish. The people in Ceuta know what I'm talking about now. I bet they feel like running. And they're saying there's no help. I saw a video this morning of 2 women crying. There's no help. Nobody's helping. And I knew that's exactly the plan. So that's it, guys. Share the info in this video with your family and friends, especially those who are not aware, not awake. I bet they just watch RTE News. They have to be aware and awake. But like I said, I do not know what the answer is because we have no alternatives. All we have are the open border fanatics. So I do not know what the alternative is, but I do know you're to be awake at least. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. And I'm sorry that I said I was mad with you at the beginning. As I clarified, I am not mad with you. I'm mad with the rest of them who have no clue. And I'm glad you guys have a clue. So like and subscribe to the channel, guys. I'll be back with you very soon. I was on a short vacation. I am back now. And it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that everything I have researched and learned over the last 8 years is coming to fruition. And I wish it wasn't, because it's absolutely heartbreaking. But you know what they say? Don't get mad, get even. Okay, guys, and I don't know how we're going to get even, but we'll have to. Okay, guys, I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much for joining me. Talk to you soon. Take care of yourselves and keep researching and keep waking people up. Take care. Bye.